Well, welcome back to Highfleet. We are very close to the end. There's Khiva right there. We're here in Alma, but we're not going to fly straight there and take it. I want to talk strategy for a couple of seconds. When we take Khiva, the game is going to switch into total war mode, and we'll need to defend it from a nuclear attack fleet that's coming to destroy the city. But all of the cities in the area will be able to give us ships if we fly in with a fleet to pick them up. We'll get free ships, we'll get free ammo, we'll get free fuel. So what I want to do is clear as many of these cities as I can, as easy as I can, so that I can leave ships sprinkled in the area. When I take Khiva, I'll instantly get a huge fleet, and I can use it to win the game quite handily. I also want to clear out some of the remaining enemy fleets in the area. We've got the aircraft carrier group Sultan here, we've got the missile carrier group Uragan, and we've got the aircraft carrier group Harrier. These are our main issues. There's also aircraft carrier group Buran, and if we think about it, there is also aircraft carrier group Bandit down here, which could be an issue. I would also quite like to take Hattusa, just to give us a save point before we finish up. But what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to get the Rooster repaired. We're going to take Cabareth with it. Once we're in Cabareth, we're going to fill up the fleet, and then we're going to take Ooze and take out this aircraft carrier group. Once we take out this aircraft carrier group, we're going to work our way to Seth, then Zartana, then down to Ophir, and then Hattusa, taking all of these cities for us. That gives me a buffer at the bottom of the map here where I can pick up some ships. I can just leave a howler here and just fly between the cities and get all the rest of the ships to fly back to Khiva once the end game starts. From Ooze, we'll then work our way up to Bethel, take all of these cities here, which really shouldn't take too long. They're very close together. It won't take long to refuel and move on, so it won't take too much damage. And then we'll take Khiva and we'll move on into the end game. Now, last episode, I did miss a couple of important things. One, really need to be refueling my ship. I'm just going to grab enough fuel to get us to Cabareth, and then we'll properly refuel there. Not too worried about equipment here. We did buy ammo, which is good. But I really wanted to actually get myself some more planes and mount some missiles. And I didn't do that, and I'm kind of annoyed at that. So at the moment, the Tyrannus has only 2 A100s mounted, and the Frankston is low on planes, the Crazy Horse is low on planes. I know, of course, these ships are damaged, but I'm not really too worried about that. So we've got 6,793 money left over. Money, cash. There's some stuff here that I don't need. To be honest, I don't need this squall. This was only taken. This sextuple-barreled 180mm cannon is not something my fleet can take, so we're going to sell that. I don't need these Vermples either. I would really like to get these radars mounted, but I just don't know if I've got time. What I could do is take this Elant mount here, put it here, which isn't as good, and then I could put one of the MR500s on, because do I not have anything bigger? Yeah, I've got an MR... Do I not have a big... Did I sell the huge radar? Fire control radar, early warning radar system. Not sure if this is the biggest radar or not. We'll mount it, just because I kind of need that extra, and we'll buy as many LA-29s as we can, which is only a few... No, sorry, T7s. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Now, how do I rotate these again? With the mouse wheel. So we'll just quickly mount these on. That's going to take another 24 hours. That's fine. That's all of them that are available. So let's just save that. That's going to take a while, but that's fine. The Franks can just sit there and repair. Now, I also want to reload the Tyrannus, and I have nukes, which I don't really want to use, but I think I should have some nukes in the barrel, just in case things go pear-shaped. So I'll put 2 nukes on, and we'll put a KH-50PN. Now, this means we're going to be sitting here for 32 hours. This is going to get dangerous. The enemy are going to be on to us, but I'm going to just leave these ships behind and move everyone else forward. The main ship that I'm not repairing right now is the Collingwood. I've got 2 choices with the Collingwood. I could fly it back over to Masada to repair here where it's dangerous, which honestly isn't too bad. If the enemy are distracted and coming after us over here, it's not the end of the world. But ideally, I'd like to lose the Santa Strike Alarm and then move on to Cabareth. That's what we're going to try and do, as long as the Rooster gets repaired first. The Rooster itself has 12 hours of repairs left. I'm just hoping that it's actually the Rooster that's getting repaired now. Yeah, the Rooster is having repair time tick over, which is good. We're just going to have to refuel and pass some time. We've gotten dangerous in Alma, which is unfortunate, but for now the Silent Strike Alarm has cleared. The Rooster will be repaired in 6 hours. I think I am going to fly the Collingwood to Masada. I'm going to send it over there with probably the Patrick, and they're going to repair here, which is dangerous. I realize that, but I need to repair the Collingwood, and it's better to do it in a repair station like Masada than to do it in the open. We're just going to make a bit of noise here. It's unavoidable at this point in the game. We just have to take action. Then we're going to just keep an eye on the Rooster. The Rooster has 4 hours of repairs left. 3, 2, 0.3. That's it fully repaired. We're going to send it and the Sleepy Pupper out to take Cabareth. And then the rest of the fleet has 20 hours of repairs left in Alma. And there's nothing I can do. We're just going to have to wait it out. Did they run out of fuel before they reached the city? They did. I thought I sent them with enough fuel. Well, that's pretty ridiculous. Who can we send to refuel them? We'll send the Nomad up here to grab them and refuel them. That's pretty depressing that just happened. I thought they had enough fuel when I dispatched them. They must have had just a little bit too little, and when they took off, they lost the fuel. So important note, if you're playing this game, make sure you have enough fuel when you send your guys out on missions. Now, let's keep an eye on our Eland here. Nothing's showing up on Eland apart from our own fleet, which is fine. That'll be Alashir warning us. I'm going to try and take the game without actually picking Alashir up. He's somewhere behind us. I don't care. I want to see what happens if we get to the end game without having met him. I bet we lose the game. So how long do we have left of repairs here? 19 hours of repairs. And this fleet is about to hit Cabareth. They've radioed in our location, which is probably okay. It's this aircraft carrier group we have to be wary of, but we're going to try and take them out with a Collingwood ASAP. Just get it repaired in Masad and move it on. The Nomad is, by the way, incredibly slow. Speed 90, so this will take some time. They're coming in on Cabareth now. As long as we can hit this with the Silent Strike Alarm active, I'm going to be pretty happy. And they've radioed our position instantly. We had a 99% chance of not being detected. We'd be detected. Nimrod, Sarma, Slogger, Intrepid. The only ship here that really is a worry is the Nimrod, just because it's quite heavily armored. I'm going to do my usual. I think in just going with proc fuse. I could go with armor piercing, actually. That will work quite nicely against the Sarma, the Nimrod, and the Intrepid, and the Slogger, actually, if I hit it from above. So I'm going to go with AP rounds here, and I want to try and do this quite quickly. So we'll just try and engage as fast as possible. We'll launch a couple of missiles as well, just to try and tickle the enemy. We're going to get that proc fuse off. That was a good hit. Let's just make sure we don't get hit by that 180 proc fuse. Ooh, did you see that? There was a proc fuse just hanging in the air there that detonated as I flew past it. Oof, took a lot of fire there. This is probably a restart, yeah. I was a little bit put off by the proc fuse situation there. I'm actually going to go with proc fuse. It just suits my playstyle a lot better. We will start with a missile barrage though, and just see how much damage that can do. Oops. Bear in mind the angular velocity. This Intrepid is almost dead. Let's watch out for that 180. Oop, that should have killed it. It didn't. Quite well armored from the bottom is the Nomad. Proc fuse isn't the best weapon against it, I will agree. But he's down. Slugger's definitely the next primary target. That Sarma's had a huge ammo explosion happen inside it. Okay, just need to do the Slugger now. We haven't taken that much damage this time. That's it. Okay, that's okay. Took some superficial damage. We didn't lose any engines or anything. I'm pretty happy with that. The only problem is, of course, Silent Strike Alarm went off, which means there will probably be planes inbound. But I want to grab the fuel for certain. So let's see what we can get away with here. At least the enemy is going to be confused because they've got a flag for Alma and they've got a flag for Cabareth. That may get us out of the situation, or we may die to a million planes in a second. It is very dangerous what I'm doing right now. Yeah, this could go very badly. All right, that's the fuel recovered. Let's grab the ammo, and then we'll try and get that Molot, I think. I'm not fast forwarding the game right now. I just want to keep an eye on what's happening. I can react to what's happening. I can maybe launch some planes to intercept. At the moment, I would have expected the planes to have reached us by now. It's possible they've been retasked with the new alert. I'm not sure. Alright, we can grab this Moloch. We're going to miss out on the survivors, but that's okay. Oof, 32 died. Oh no, kindness -1. My kindness must be like -100 at this point. I've not been very kind. The Nomad is so slow. We're probably going to just sit the Nomad in Khiva, to be honest, when we get it there, because by the time it makes it here... Alright, looks like we can... What can we still grab? The Vermpole? I don't really want it. We'll just put quick prediction on. Okay, we've got thermal signatures incoming on here. Where are they coming in from? The northeast. So that's going to be planes. Let's get some T-7s in the air with anti-air missiles. So that's coming in at about this direction. I'm going to start off with 4 planes and see what we intercept. Sometimes these aircraft carriers can launch an obscene amount of planes. That's 8 planes coming in. To make sure everyone is tasked onto this plane. This is going to be a big air battle. We're probably going to lose some T-7s here. Well, that's a pretty good result. We sent 4 in against 8. 2 came out. That's how air battles go. You're going to lose planes. It might actually be worth buying those T-7s just to fill out my fleet a little bit. Because there are... sorry, these LA-29s. Only 2,000 each. I'm going to add those onto the Frankenstein as well, just so we have some more planes. Because we're losing planes like flies right now. I don't have any more planes available here. Yeah, it's an MR500 I thought we had. Any planes here? No. All right. Well, that's 1 incoming strike dealt with, which I'm pretty happy with. This Nomad is going to take so long to fly. I can't believe how slow it is. Speed 90, wow. I didn't realize how much it was slowing my fleet down. Because the rest of my fleets, this section of the fleet here, the main bit I built, that's speed 294. It's just this ship is one of those really slow Sevastopol style, just slow boys, basically. I wonder. We're not in A100 range. I don't have any non-nuclear missiles because I could just hit this with a couple of cruise missiles. I'm loath to send planes into Ooze because they will have planes in defense. You saw how easy planes just wipe each other out in missile attacks. You should probably be landed and repairing just now. I forgot to do that. Let's bring you down really quickly. There is a 57 there. As long as it doesn't switch to like a 20 once I'm on the ground, we'll be good. We are missing 1 engine on this rooster, which I think we've been missing for a while. So it does tend to wiggle a little bit as it comes in, but it's not too bad. I'm really liking the Audacities. They're just a really nice evolution of the Lightning for me. Same armament, I know, but they're just a lot more maneuverable in my head and can take a little bit more, a little tiny bit more punishment. Now the one problem is we haven't got any missiles here, and I can't just easily transfer them onto the Howler to bring them over. Let's see what's for sale here. Well, we've got tons of fuel. We've got anti-air missiles, we've got rockets, we've got prox fuse. We have laser-guided 130, which nobody can use. I always confuse that with the 100. Well, that is the Collingwood can use this, I believe. Oh, I'll have to check that. I thought it was the 130. Yeah, I thought it was the 130 laser-guided that he could use. I'll have to confirm that, because that's a bit weird. It should probably be available. Let's leave that for now. I don't really need it just this moment. Shipped works, there's probably nothing available here. Very limited. There is a D30S. We can sell that mullet. Let's repair the rooster as much as we can. So they take 6 hours. And that gets 1... Don't get that engine back, unfortunately, which is a shame. We'll just let that... They're full on fuel, so that's fine. And we're basically just waiting for this carrier, the Nomad, to make it to catch up with that fleet. At this point, the rooster is almost fully repaired. I wonder if we jump over Ooze and take Bethel. Just because it's you can tell by the size of the city here, it's a small circle. That denotes a small population, which usually means an easier garrison. And I have to be careful about the garrisons I send the rooster up against because it is quite weak, especially because right now it has no missiles. If I try to get the missiles out of here, we'll end up ending the repair. and I don't want the repair to stop, so we'll just leave that for now. As soon as this guy has joined up, though, we'll get the Collingwood repairing. That was a huge mistake. I'm really frustrated about it, actually. I thought I had given them enough fuel. Sort of thing I didn't even need to pay attention to. Oh, relay that order. Wrong fleet. So I'm thinking, now that you're fully repaired, why don't you fly and take Bethel? This could be a huge mistake, but I want to keep taking territory while I can. I don't want to be too static. So let's get moving. And just in case, are there any roads leading into the desert? No, there's not. Oh, there's a road here. It's heading off in an interesting direction, but I don't think that's going to be leading to a hidden city. It just feels like there should be a hidden city here, even though Khiva says there will not be. Alright, you've almost landed in Masada. You have 12 hours of repairs left. Once you're done, you're going to head to Cabareth and refuel. And once... Are you down on the ground? You are. Okay. Nope. But the game has paused. That's what's wrong. We're just waiting for them to land, which they've almost done. Let's get the Collingwood in. While I'm here, I meant to mention it at the start of the video, but I do have a new Discord for like my community that I put together. It's pretty chill at the moment. We've got some people chatting about the sci-fi books they like, some gardening stuff. It's really quite nice, actually. I've got channels for all the games I'm playing, notifications for streams and stuff. So if you're interested, there will be a link in the description of this video, and you're more than welcome to come along and just hang out. As I say, it's a pretty chill place. There's no like real requirements or anything for joining. And I promise you I'll never ping at all. At everyone. But anyway, let's get the Collingwood on the ground, and we'll get it repairing. One of the things I have to say about this campaign is I've been very lucky about hitting trade fleets just as my money's running low. It's kept me quite well topped up. Oh, that... I put all the weight of the ship on that leg. Oh, let's try that again. I put all the weight of the ship on one leg because I came in at an angle, and it couldn't take it. The Collingwood is a very heavy ship. Extremely heavy ship, and I need to remember that. This repair shouldn't take too long either, because this is mostly armor that needs to be repaired. This is coming in so fast. The ship is actually on fire? No. Tell you what, this is not a textbook landing, but if it works, don't fix it. Are the legs going to hold? I didn't think the legs were going to hold there. So you have 208 repair speed. That'll get us back in the air in 10.6 hours. Let's just make sure we've got enough fuel to make it to Ooze. I'm just going to maybe fill the tanks up, actually, because the Nomad is going to be left behind here for a while. Alright, so we've got 10 hours until the Collingwood is back in action. We've got the Rooster heading up to take Bethel, and we've got the rest of the fleet just finishing up its repairs in 11 hours. So let's fast forward until we take Bethel, and we'll go from there. So we've got 9 hours of repairs left here, 8.6 hours of repairs here, and we're about to hit the Garrison at Bethel. Fingers crossed it's an easy Garrison, or the Rooster's in big trouble. The Rooster, I don't believe, has enough fuel to get out of this. Well, it can fly out into the desert and land, but we are now committed to this attack. And it is definitely a gamble. I'm probably being a little bit too aggressive, but I am also quite keen to get moving. There's a lot of cities I want to take, and I want to take them at a reasonable speed, so I'm just going all in here. Now, Silent Strike Alarm has not been triggered, which means I will get to do a ground attack on whatever is here, and I do still have the Fab 1000 equipped to this ship, so I can do a bombing run. Now, we've got 2 Nimrods, a Courageous, a Ballistic, and a Courageous. I'm not worried about the unarmored ship. Those 2 Nimrods are a problem, but I can, I think, get in and actually destroy their engines with prox fuse, so it isn't too much of a problem. So we're going to go in with the Rooster at morale 5, and we're going to see what we can do. I'm going to come in as fast as I can for a bombing run. That might have been a little bit off. Yeah, I just missed with that bomb, unfortunately. Trying to impart a lot of velocity onto that bomb as I flew in with it. Let's just take this Courageous out. And watch for these 180 prox fuse shots. They are very, very scary. Unfortunately, we've got 2 Nimrods. Oh, I accidentally flew out the battlefield. Well, that's that's not how you want to do it. That's just a morale loss for no reason. I really do need to hit one of these guys with a bomb on the way in. I want to leave this Courageous in the fight as long as we can as well. This Nimrod's pretty badly damaged. I don't think he's going to get off the ground. I'm going to switch to the other one. Yeah, he just exploded. We take the Nimrods out, we're pretty good. And those side engines are actually quite vulnerable. Oh, took a big hit there. That's us out of prox fuse. Ballistic's not too much of a threat. I used to have flares on this ship, I just remembered. We're quite low on fuel now, so I need to watch out for that. Did that Courageous just fly into that rocket? I think it did. I think the Courageous, that ship's going down. Just got 2 Courageous to deal with now. We should be able to finish this. Nice try, Courageous pilots. I salute your audacity trying to drop a bomb at me at point blank range. We're down to, I can't even see, 5% fuel. And that's a win. We'll take that. We took a bit of damage, but we took out quite a significant garrison without any missiles. And most of the damage looks to be armor, so I'm quite happy. We also took that facility with no alarm being raised. There's a Sarmat here I can sell for a ton of money. The fuel tanks are about to explode. I think I'm going to take the gamble and try and get the gun. In the meantime, that's 7.9 hours until the Collingwood is ready to attack Ooze. We need a rescue order here, which means they didn't get the gun. Take the radio room, why not? Okay. Let's land the Rooster and get it repairing. There's a 437 repair here. That's insane. I don't think I've seen it that high before. I think I've only seen it in the 200s. I'd say the crew of the Rooster have been through a lot. They've really been through a lot to get to where they are now. The fact that their ship was MIA and then was found, like, the story of this ship is pretty cool. I like that there's been a Rooster in both of my campaigns, and I feel like the Rooster's going to be a mainstay of my channel if I keep making more videos in other games. Ooh, that wasn't a bad landing at all. So how long is it going to take to repair at 437% speed? 5.8 hours, perfect. What's for sale here? There's quite a collection of equipment here. Unfortunately, there are T-30Ss here. Why aren't we mounting one? It must have been removed from the blueprint. Anything else missing here? Looks like everything else is there, just obviously the missiles. But yeah, so let's exit. It's funny they didn't want me to save that. Supplies-wise, we need fuel. We're just fully fueled because we're going to be here for a little while. Yeah, the 130 laser guided should be what the Collingwood is using. I don't know why it's not showing up as an option. I'm actually going to buy that. Because if we jump down into Masada, check on the Collingwood, it has 130mm cannons, yeah, so they can fire that ammunition. So I don't know why the game's telling me that I can't use that ammunition, but I can. And we'll pick up the ones that are in Cabareth once the repairs in Alma are finished. Next target for the Rooster is Aktag, which is another small city. And I think I'm just going to work my way up and around this side of the map and then come back down. We may just end up skipping Hattusa at this point. The Rooster's doing a good work. The only problem with the Rooster right now is its morale is low, so I think I might leave it sitting in the city until it reaches morale 6, which shouldn't take too long. It's already halfway to morale 5, and I can get the Collingwood to take Ooze in the meantime. That's going to be our next mission, is the Collingwood taking Ooze for sure. So let's just fast forward a little bit, get these repairs to tick over. Alright, the Collingwood is about to finish repairs. The Collingwood is now combat ready. So if I send it and the Patrick, that's at full fuel. They don't have enough fuel to make it to Ooze. So what I'm going to need to do is send them with the Nomad, and I'll dispatch them from the Nomad as a strike group once they get a bit closer. The problem I'm worried about is the Nomad is very slow, and they may not have enough fuel after it takes off to properly make it, but we'll see what happens. So they're taking off there. So I just need to keep an eye on this combat group, and basically once they have enough fuel to get to Ooze on their own, I will dispatch them. Meanwhile, at Alma, we have 0.2 hours until repairs are finished here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dispatch the Tyrannus, the Frankston, and the Crazy Horse on their own to Cabareth. That leaves the Howler behind, and the Howler now has all the fuel it needs on its own. Sorry, all the weapons and ammo. So I'm going to... Now, unfortunately, I didn't fully fuel it before it took off. Let's just top it up on fuel, because it should be able to move a lot further than that. There we go. I'll just top it up on fuel. That'll take a couple of seconds. It fuels very quickly. And now I can fly up to Bethel on its own. Now, if I fly directly to Bethel, it shouldn't trigger the enemy from seeing it. And that means I can mount missiles and bombs back on the Rooster. If everyone is wondering what I just did, when you dispatch a strike group, the ship that is left behind, the ship or ships that are left behind, hold onto the inventory of the fleet. So all of the missiles, bombs, components that I have with that fleet are now in the Howler's inventory, and the inventory for these ships here are actually now empty. And that means when the Howler gets to Bethel, it'll have that whole inventory, and we'll be able to let the Rooster rearm itself with its missiles. I wish there was a menu where I could trade back and forward, and I think there is another way of doing it, but it's not one that I have ever done. Now, I think some people put some comments on it very early on in my Let's Play of how to do it, but I'm quite happy with that working the way it has. Now, are we close enough for me to dispatch the Collingwood and the Patrick? We are, but I would like a little bit more of a buffer, I think, so we'll just fly forward a little bit further, and now we'll dispatch them. And they will go at full speed, which is actually faster than the other ship for once. And we'll just wait for these guys to land here. We're on morale 5 here, which is excellent. What I'm just going to do is go to the shipworks, and I'm not sure if this will work, but if I repair this, okay, it knocks off the engine. You see the engine got deleted, so we're going to have to make a new blueprint here. So we're going to bomb there, and then we'll take a zenith, and we want 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to take 1 hour to fit all of that ordnance, which is fantastic. So we will save that. We'll call this the Rooster 3 M class, so that I know it's got full missiles, and that's going to do its job. And now all we're waiting for is for the Collingwood to hit Ooze. We'll get the rest of the fleet to repair at Cabareth, and then we'll take on this aircraft carrier group. I'll grab any prox fuse and laser guided ammo that is available here, although watching my funds, I do need to pay attention to that, but really the only thing I'm spending money on right now is ammo. And once we take Khiva, we have no need for money anymore. We go to Total War, and we can just claim missiles from people, which is pretty cool. Alright. I'm just going to wait for this fleet to arrive before I fast forward for the Collingwood attack. I think it's pretty important just to make sure that these guys are doing what they need to do. Alright, so you guys, if we just check the supplies very quickly, I'm going to grab these 130, I don't know why the game is telling me there is nobody who can use them. There's sadly no 130 prox fuse, which is a shame. And let's just get you refueling. So you can get a lot of fuel for the remaining money. Now, that is me now on 0 funds. That's not a problem. I have stuff I can sell if I need to, but I'm hoping to make some money from capturing Ooze. And let's just start fast forwarding. Let's see, we've got a 88% chance of a silent strike here. Just make sure the Nomad has enough fuel. It does. Cool. Let's see if we can make it. Now, the one problem is the Nomad has quite a large radar profile, so there's a possibility that the city of Ooze will have detected it incoming, but I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that we will get a surprise attack here. Now, one suggestion I had for doing surprise attacks with the Collingwood is actually to rotate it upside down, turning it into a top fighter, which I think I need to practice in the shipbuilder before I try and do it live in the Let's Play, in the playthrough. Okay, here we go. We're about to hit the Zenith. Let's see if they're going to alert to us arriving. Okay, we're going to get a silent strike. That is fantastic. Right. Okay, the good news is the aircraft carrier has no ships left. The bad news is we have to fight a very large defensive fleet. We are looking at 6 prox fuse rounds and 38 laser guided rounds. So I'm going to use the laser guided. That's to kill the Archangel. As long as I can kill the Archangel with the laser guided, I'm pretty sorted for taking the rest of this out. The other problem, obviously, is stuff's going to be on the ground. The Collingwood has no lower armor at all. We'll see how it goes. What I don't want to do is waste my ammo until I found the Archangel. Okay, I'm just going to try to get into a good position here. I want to get below these ships if I can. I'm not too worried about the fire from the longbow. In fact, I want to keep the longbow in the fight. I probably should stop shooting at it. Because the longbow being in the fight takes up an enemy ship slot. What I want to do is I want to kill this Nomad. I still need to get my eye in with the aim of this ship after flying the Rooster for so long. Okay, he's down. Who is next? The Archangel is on the field, so that's not my primary target. I'm just going to wait for my magazine to load. I'm going to try and set him on fire. Can't let him get below me. And let's open fire. That laser guided ammo is so good. Except when you miss with it. He's flying up it. Okay, that's the laser guided ammo used up, I think. Yeah, we're back to normal HE. We're in a little bit of a sandwich here. But the Archangel's pretty dead. I can probably set fire to its fuel tank from here. In fact, I think it's gone. No, it's still alive. This is some big hits. He's down. Let's just finish the Archangel off. Nice. Okay, we've got 2 ships below us. Let's just... we're going to have to take that missile hit. Okay, we're taking some generator damage now. I was taking a bit of a beating here. I didn't realize that whole side had been destroyed. A lot of damage. I'm not super happy with how much damage I've taken here, but we know we can repair it at the next town down the road, so I'm not too concerned. I'm just going to take out this longbow now. We have tons of armor on this facing. We just take this slow. There's an escape pod stuck to the longbow, and I feel like it's a invitation for me to... Well, I killed it anyway. It's got quite a lot of armor, the longbow. It's interesting how heavily armored the vanilla aircraft carriers are. So look, we've taken a lot of damage. It looks to mostly be armor damage. We haven't lost any of our engines, so I think I'm going to take the win. That's Ooze captured. That's one of the aircraft carriers we're dealing with. Now, there's literally nothing we can grab here. I'm going to grab these Zeniths if I can, because they would be great to just top up the... No, never mind. Let's grab the fuel tanks then. I just want to get the Collingwood ready to move out. Oh, and we're finished here as well. So Actag is our next target. We've captured quite a lot of territory in this episode. We're getting ready to move on Khiva. I'm probably not going to bother. I know I'd had a strategy discussion at the start of the video about taking this lower area, but honestly, I don't think I need to do it. And let's grab some crew protection. We'll grab that Vrumble if we can, because there is a missile carrier fleet here that I need to take out, but the missile carrier fleet is quite a concern. But I might loop around the top first, take out these 2 aircraft carriers, then jump across the desert to Kumdag and come back around to Zartan. And I just want to try and take as many of these cities as I can so that I can capture as many free ships as possible when Total War starts. Because getting a large fleet, getting multiple large fleets in the air as quickly as possible is imperative to actually having a chance against the AI when those nuclear missile carriers come in to take me out. Okay, perfect. What we'll do in the next video, I'm going to end this video here. I think we've done enough. We will get the Collingwood refueled, fly up to Bethel to repair. We'll get the Rooster to take Aktag, and then we'll get ready for the two of them to take on Imgur together. And we're going to have to do that for Urkesh and Abad. And then we can maybe get the Rooster to take Muchin and Kefera on its own, while the Collingwood takes Moab. And that puts us in a pretty great location. The fleet at Cabareth is now ready to fly on to Bethel, which is pretty nice. If I let them refuel enough, they should be able to make it to Aktag, which means they can just leapfrog between the fueling stations, saving me a lot of money and time. But for now, we're going to leave it there. I hope you're enjoying the series. I really am. We're getting right to the end of things now. And we're really trying to do this with only 2 combat ships, which is very dangerous. And I'm really playing with fire a lot of the time, but I'm having a lot of fun with it, and I hope you are too. But for now, thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.